Before we begin with the episode, we have a small favor to ask. Down in the description, you will find a link to a survey.
Please take the time and complete it. Be brutally honest, tell us what you like and what you don't like. The feedback helps us improve.
With that out of the way, I'm JT.
I'm Perseus.
And welcome to another episode of Tips on Tricks. You might notice that in today's episode we will review 3 tricks and not 5. That's due to two reasons. First of all, there were not enough tricks submitted, and partly that's our fault because we did 5 tricks per show, like per week, so that doesn't give you enough time to prepare more effects. But on the other hand, more of you could submit more videos. So
don't feel pressure to submit complete routines. We're doing all this to help you. It's like practicing with friends. So even if it's something unfinished, you can pick it up and see what can be done better, so you may complete it on your own and make it a perfect routine.
And don't feel bad about it. Just write in the post that this is not finished. Let me know what you think or what our suggestions are. It's a free space and feel free to post whatever you want. So this first submission is from James Lou. Let's see what it looks like.
Thank you so much, James, for that wonderful submission.
So, I don't want to say anything about the music because I've said it too many times. It was not too clubby for my taste, but maybe lower the volume.
The volume,
a bit.
yeah, it was a little bit loud. It was nice. I mean,
It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about technique. The first vanish that you do could happen while you count, right?
Yeah, you count them once, and then you recount them and it vanishes.
To do the move.
Move, yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay.
It was a really nice vanish.
Yeah.
I mean,
What I
it's invisible.
yeah, but what I had not an issue with, but what was really strange is that in the second vanish, you deal some extra cards
You count the cards.
for no apparent reason.
Yeah, there are 3 cards left, and you count them as there are 6.
Yeah,
You're like,
and we're
what?
like,
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then
Six.
one more, which makes us 6. What happened there? So yeah,
maybe we missed something.
No, I think you probably just confused. You were a little bit confused and did a little bit extra dealing. It's just okay, but
Or maybe it was like a gag, like you would confuse your spectators. Oh, so we have 6 cards. Oh no, it's just 3. But since you're not speaking,
yeah, we cannot.
we were like,
yeah,
what? But yeah. Also, the last vanish.
we have the third one vanish first.
Oh yeah, the second to last.
Which is you have 2 cards like this, right?
Yeah.
And you put them here to do a move, right?
Yeah.
If you're like this, you can easily deal 1 and make it vanish,
Yeah.
So you don't have to, because you probably love that move. You love having 2 cards going like this and 1 is vanished. But it'll be more natural to, since you're left in this position where you show them, put them together, supposedly, make it vanish, and left with 1 card, you know? And the same goes with the last
The
vanish.
last one could be, because you did like you were, you want to show this?
Yeah, you're like, you have...
There's no need to pretend to.
Yeah, you had 1 card, and you never dealt it, it just vanished. If you want to vanish, you can do whatever vanish you want to, but make it a vanish, because when you have a card and it's never reaches that hand, you cannot vanish it from here, you know.
But yeah, very nice technique used. I'm willing to bet you're a coin magician because in the end you do.
Yeah, some hand washing.
Yeah, which is not necessary.
Which again, yeah, it's not even, because even if you kept the last vanish like this, it's done. Just show your hands empty.
Yeah. But very nice submission, very nice technique, and thank you so much.
Thanks. Our next submission comes from the Mad Magician, and it's a Halloween themed effect.
Today is Halloween. For the rest of the world, today is all about ghosties and goblins, and trick-or-treating and candy. For us magicians, though, it's a completely different day. Today is the anniversary of the death of Eric Weiss. Who was Eric Weiss? This name doesn't ring a bell. Well, it should, because he was the father of escape artists. For a while, they called him Handcuff. Yeah, Handcuff was his nickname, believe it or not. He would challenge police to try to chain him up. He would escape right in front of their eyes, disbelief, and that was his immediate claim to fame. However, what made him famous was his actual escapes, particularly the Chinese water torture chamber. Now, he would hang himself upside down by his feet for over 3 minutes in this water torture chamber and then escape. And it just blew people's minds. And it still blows people's minds today. In fact, I am going to recreate his Chinese water torture chamber for you right now. I am not going to hang myself upside down in water because I would probably die. No, there is no probably. There's a guarantee that I would die. So, this man, he had iron cojones the size of a bull's. He is the king of escape magic. Not only is he the king of escape magic, but he is also suicidal in doing so. So we are going to represent him with the Suicide King today. Now, he would take himself and he would actually literally suspend himself in water, just like that. This is not fake. And he would sit there and he wouldn't move just to screw with people's heads, okay? And he would actually, pun intended, keep himself in this water for over 3 minutes while people started freaking out and thinking that he drowned and he died in this chamber. Sometimes even the emergency personnel was really, really concerned for his safety, but his crew was top notch, and they knew that he was okay and he wasn't okay. And it just, he scared people. He really, really did. And that's a good thing, because he got reactions. And reactions are what you want in this type of field. You need reactions to thrive. And he got the best reactions of all. And not only did he get the best reactions of all, but they work over time. It'll be 100 years coming up here soon since his death. And still he amazes people and blows people's minds. And it happens so fast. In an instant, you don't even see it happening. The next thing you know, he's out. And people just don't understand what's going on. And they start freaking out. And they go absolutely ballistic and batshit crazy. And not only do they go batshit crazy, but they start considering him to be possessed by the devil. That is the great thing about our art. People really, really consider us to be, actual real-life modern-day sorcerers and stuff. But we're not. We have a skill and we have a craft. And Harry Houdini, I just really want to thank you, my friend, for continuing to make jokers of us all.
Thank you for that submission, Mad Magician. That was very nice.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's start with what we have to say. First of all, the image was not very clear. It was a bit grainy and a bit... I know you wanted to have this dark feel with the candles, etc.
Yeah, when it's low light, like, you have just candles, just, no lights, it is advised not to use a potato attached to a battery and a lens.
No, I mean, seriously, I really get the vibe that you're trying, to give off, because it's a Halloween presentation.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate the whole, setting. It shows that you, actually care about what you're showing. But yeah, it's very low light, and
you need a better equipment if you want to shoot dark stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not... I mean, you could you could still have that Halloween vibe with a more well lit set, let's say. But anyway, so this is the most important tip I think that we will give you. That it's about the way you speak.
Yeah, you're using a breathy, but what's called a breathy voice. Actually, it's a loud whisper, right? So when you're doing that, and at the same time you're doing this,
the ASMR session of the Mad Magician.
You cannot. No one can understand what you're saying. If you watch the video, I'm like this all the time, and I already watched the video, but I'm still trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Also, because you do that loud whisper, if you do not, how do you say this in English? Color your voice.
That's sounds.
You have to be more because you're presenting something. So if you're like this all the time, it's a bit flat. So we lose interest after some point.
You need to lower your voice, make it rise it in volume and in pitch, and it depends on what you want to say.
Yeah, because right now it's 3 minutes of like flat. You speaking like Batman, which I know it's because it's Halloween, but it's really flat. So it's hard to keep us, invested in that, because you lose your interest if there are no peaks in the frame, nothing changes in your frame, nothing changes in your voice. So it was a bit flat. That's all I have to say.
I want to add to this now because we are pro scripting magicians. You did a wonderful tribute to Eric Weiss or Houdini, but it was a little bit improvisational. You can tell that it wasn't a written script. You can tell it wasn't like a really well edited piece of text. Because you used a couple of like you talked about cojones and about the reactions, about and you lose a lot of expressions that if you edit your script, this can go away. They are not needed. You can tell that it's you filling the time. And the same goes with the shuffling. Because you're saying too much and you cannot sit like this, which is fine. A lot of times, I mean,
absolutely.
I don't mind letting the deck down, talking with the audience, stating my intro, talking about what's going to happen, doing the thing, putting in the water, putting down the deck. You don't always have to do something, and it's fine. But again, if you edit your script and you take away all the excess blah blah, it will be a really nice tribute to.
Also, if you do that, I would like to change the ending where you say, because it's a nice script about Harry Houdini, and in the end you just swap the card with a Joker, and he made a Joker of a soul, full of a soul, something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a bit. It's a pun, I get it, but the whole thing is dark, so a pun doesn't really fit there in my mind. If you had the blank card in the so like he escaped the card.
Yeah, it makes more sense. I mean, I like the pun you use. With the keepers, he keep himself, and so it's fine. But at the ending where he makes a Joker of us all. I think you can find a better punchline for the ending. But
also, since you used just one slide in the whole thing, maybe use a more natural slide. Because you do. We've said this before, I think, but let's skip this. You could do Stuart Gordon or the Vernon Pusov.
Yeah, the one you're doing again, it flashes, and
it doesn't exactly flash. It's a bit.
It does flash.
It does.
Yeah, but it's okay for us. I mean, because it's a submission. But when you perform with that, you need that moment to be crystal clear. That just.
Especially since it's your only slide you do, it should be as natural as it can be. But very nice presentation.
Wonderful tribute.
Wonderful tribute, and thank you for your submission.
This next submission comes from Nas Boys, and let's see what they bring to the table.
Can I have you just shuffle the deck?
Yep.
Whenever you're satisfied, you can just place it right here.
Just right here?
Yeah. We'll come back to the deck in a second, but for now, can I just have you inspect this blindfold, make sure it's normal? And actually, while you inspect the blindfold, I'm actually gonna write down a prediction.
Okay. Yep. Seems pretty normal.
Okay. I'll have you hold that. Don't look at it yet. I'll show you in a little bit. We'll come back to that. So the idea of this trick is that I'm gonna be dealing down cards, and then I'll have you tell me when to stop. Let's say, you tell me when to stop right here. I'll deal this card face down, and then we're gonna do this 4 times in total. So, and while we're dealing and stuff, I'll be blindfolded. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, can I have you tell me to stop?
Stop.
Alright. Yeah, tell me to stop.
Stop.
Alright. Okay. And tell me to stop.
Stop.
Alright. Yeah, tell me to stop.
Stop.
Alright. Okay. Let's see. So there should be 4 face down cards in the deck, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna try to deal them. I'm gonna try to deal them out of the deck. So let's see. Okay. If I did this correctly, there should be 4 cards in front of you. Okay. And if you remember, I wrote down 1 prediction. You can look at it.
Thank you for that submission. Like we said before, because you have submitted before, you are too young to be performing like this. You have some very good skills.
Yeah, that's true.
And let's start with the positive.
Yeah.
Like we said, you're using some techniques that are very hard, and congratulations for just even trying to do this.
Yeah, that's true. That's kudos for that. And
Yeah.
although there's one specific technique that needs working.
Yeah, we'll discuss it later.
We'll discuss later, but
Yeah.
kudos for the effort, because it's really beyond your age what you're trying to do right there.
Yeah. Also, we mentioned in the previous episode that when spreading for a spectator or for the camera, you should do it
Opposite,
in reverse.
yeah.
And you did that. So I don't know if you watched the previous episode and did that.
Hopefully,
Yeah, or
you
if
played
you
some part.
thought it on your own, but congratulations for that as well. Now, about our suggestions. The first one is not exactly a suggestion, but I think you try too hard to do a lot of effects in the same routine.
Yeah, because if we break it down,
Yeah.
it's basically a spectator.
A prediction, first of all, because you read the
Yeah.
prediction down.
Actually, I would say that's the end part. I mean,
Okay.
a spectator stops you at 4 random cards. Then you
Deal the cards.
you find out which are these cards while being blindfolded. Then you have predicted those cards,
It's too much.
but then the spectator managed to stop you, and there are the 4 kings. I mean, there are too many effects that
Yeah.
they're not cohesive.
Yeah.
they're not connected well between them. I mean,
Yes, because
while this is happening.
the spectator has the intuition to stop you at the right cards.
Yeah.
Then you have it's a demonstration that you deal the cards that are upside down
Yeah, like a feel, like a connection we have with
the deck.
the deck.
And then it's also prediction. I mean, those could be 3 effects on their own.
Yeah.
So I know that you wanted, to show that you're a good magician because you're a good magician, but sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to have one good effect and, leave the rest stuff that you know for other effects.
Absolutely.
No, but the technique that you wanted to talk about.
The technique, yeah. The technique you're using while your spectator stops you. I know he's your brother, your friend. I don't know.
Brother.
I know you're probably you're both part of the Nuss boys, and he can see what you're doing. And if you had a spectator in his place, he would see what you were doing, and it can show in the camera as well. I mean, it is a bad angle from where you are with the camera
And the hard technique.
and a hard
to be fair.
technique. But first of all, you should tilt, break your wrists a little bit while doing because it hides a lot of stuff. And second of all, I would say if you're gonna do it for a spectator, try learning another technique. There are numerous techniques where you can do that, which is a little bit more hidden because you could tell what's going on.
And our last tip would be smile a bit more. You were a bit grumpy during the presentation, and I get that many magicians have this broody type and they're like in a dark room, etc. But you're two young boys. You could be,
Magic is
more excited.
Magic is a beautiful art, and the feeling of magic and excitement should make you a little bit more excited and a little bit more happy.
We're not saying be like woohoo.
Yeah.
But
Just, smile, and again, a smile is very disarming for any spectator. I think we talk about a lot of other magicians. Where you approach the table or you're starting to perform something. Even when smiling and just shaking their hands can lower their defenses. They are more engaging, more.
Just be nice.
Yeah.
Just be nice. Also, we are bound to say that there's no presentation exactly.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't mind if it was a gambling demonstration, but it kind of asks for a presentation because there's a lot of dealing, so there's a lot of silent stuff. And if you were like on a theater with just a spotlight above you, it was like dramatic dealing, maybe it would be okay. But right now, it's just a lot of time doing.
Yeah, and since there are 3 different effects on the same routine, it would be nice to find a reason to justify why this is happening, that. And a script and a presentation will help you with that.
Even though I truly believe that those should be 3 different effects, different scripted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but all in all, very nice submission. We're still surprised, by the stuff that you do at that age.
And keep them coming. Keep submitting.
So, it's time to announce the winner, and I think that we both agree, right?
Yes, it's none other than the Nuss boys. They came back, they apparently listened to our tips, they applied to the routines, and did a wonderful job.
Yeah, we're very, very excited about your submission because, especially the thing with the reverse spread, I don't know if you saw the last episode, but if you did, thank you for listening to us. And like we said, you're too young to just try to do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, we want to encourage you to continue doing that, so you win
$25 gift certificate to spend in our website, illusionist.com. Don't forget, you can use our code DARKROOM and you get 10% off the whole order. Don't forget, join our Discord server because over there we're jamming all day long. We are exchanging ideas, we're giving and getting feedback to ideas, routines, and what comes in between.
Also, don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and let us know in the comments what are you submitting, hopefully next time, for tips and tricks.
That's it for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for watching.
And see you all next week.